December 11th, 2023. We are winding down. This is going to be our last episode of our podcast season 2. And for episode 12, we are going on a little holiday trip on the holiday train. So, welcome aboard the holiday train on this Public Safety Future Responders podcast, Season 2, Episode 12. We will be talking about the holiday safety travel tips, along with being safe during the holiday season as we come to the end of Season 2. Folks, after you enjoy Episode 12, stick around for our bonus episode where we are going to have a nice holiday special gift for you all. So, stick around for bonus episode 13 because we want to end on a 13. So let's get into it with my co-host Medic Dog, as yours truly, Firefighter Tiger, with my magical Medic Dog. Say hello, Medic Dog.
What is up, everyone? Welcome aboard the holiday train. I'm so excited to have all of you on board.
So, folks, let's start this off. Let's talk about a safe holiday season.
But wait, though, for the people that are on, all aboard the Holiday Express.
Yep. So let's start this as we travel on down the holiday tracks. Let's make a pit stop for the traveling for the holiday at the Travel Advice Station. If you're traveling this year between late November to mid-January, be sure your vehicle is in good running condition, get plenty of rest, and be prepared for any emergency. Make sure you have an emergency kit in your vehicle at all times. If you don't know what an emergency kit is, please go do your research. Traveling by car during the holidays has the highest fatality rate of any major form of transportation based on fatalities per passenger mile. Folks, please, like we said countless times, if you see a disabled vehicle on the side of the road, please move over and slow down and move over if possible. Otherwise, please slow down when passing a disabled vehicle. Unfortunately, hundreds of people do die every year in crashes on New Year's, Thanksgiving, and on Christmas Day, according to injury facts. Which, by the way, folks, just want to make a quick sidebar. All the holiday advice will be coming from the nsc.org website, link in the description. And of course, folks, if you're drinking, please, again, since it is the holiday season, I know right around Christmas time, a lot of people decide to go bar hopping. Please remember, if you're drinking, please don't drive. Simple as that. Stay safe on the roads over the holidays and every day. Prepare your car for the winter. Make sure you have an emergency kit with you. If you're driving for a few days, please make sure you get a good night's sleep before departing and avoid drowsy driving. If you feel like you're going to get tired while driving, please pull off to the road safely before falling asleep, because we don't want to have you in accidents. Leave early, plan ahead for heavy traffic. Please make sure to also tune to your local news for traffic advisory and weather alerts to help you get on the day, as every news station does do a morning news broadcast. And of course, no matter what, make sure every single person is buckled up, no matter how long or short the distance is. If you're driving, put that phone away. Please don't. I don't want to see you driving with your phone. If you need to, hand your phone over to the passenger to let them send the text to you. Because distractions by cell phone are the main culprit. And then of course, like I said, in terms of going where there's alcohol involved, whether that's at a party, over the counter, or a prescription, or illegal drugs, make sure you have a sober driver who will make sure you all get home safely from after the party, because alcohol or over-the-counter prescription and illegal drugs can cause impairment. And that. Any other travel tips before we leave the travel station?
Just want to say, again, just please do not drink and drive, because I've seen all the commercials about how so many people die every year from drinking and driving accidents. But also, so just please do not drink and drive, but also, please be safe this holiday season. Just stay out of trouble, make smart decisions and have a good time, but also make sure that you are doing it with making a smart decision. So just the moral of the story is don't do anything dumb or stupid that can get you in big trouble or not have you spend your holiday in a good way.
And that is true. Moving on down the line, we leave the travel advice station and we move on down the line to our next station, to the decorating advice station, where you get all your decorating advice that you need from the elf medic dog and Santa Firefighter Tiger as Santa. Decorating safety. We all love them. We all like to decorate, so let's do it in a nice, safe manner. Decorating is one of the best ways to get into a holiday mood, but unfortunately, emergency departments see thousands of injuries involving holiday decorating every season. So here are some tips from the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission. Keep potentially poisonous plants, mistletoe, holly berries, Jerusalem cherries, and whatever the other one is. I cannot pronounce it, but I'll spell it AMARYLLIS, away from children. If using an artificial tree, make sure that it is labeled fire resistant. If it's not, don't get it. If using a live tree, make sure you cut off about 2 inches of the trunk to expose fresh wood for better water absorption. And remember to water it and remove it from your home when it is dry. Folks, I also want to make a quick point. When you go and remove the tree, please do not be like in that good old song where it's basically you take the Christmas tree and throw it out the window. Don't do that. It's going to hurt. Place your tree at least 3 feet away from any fireplace, radiator, or other heat sources, making certain to also not block doorways, as everything is more safely. Also, to avoid placing breakable ornaments or ones with small detachable parts on the lower tree branches where small children can reach them. For these kinds of ornaments, I recommend you hanging them from the midway up to the top, so it's easier. Also, too, we're going to talk about some holiday light, folks, for some piece of advice. When in doubt, indoor lights, indoor holiday lights. If the package is marked for indoor use only, use them indoors. If they are marked for outdoor use only, use them outdoors. Don't use outdoors in and indoors out. It ain't going to work. People have tried, and it ain't going to work. And also, too, make sure you are using the correct safety ladder for the task when hanging lights on the front porch or hanging them around your bushes. And of course, replace light sets that have broken or cracked socket, frayed or bare wires or loose connections. Folks, when doing so, if the wires are exposed within the lightage where the coating is off and you see exposed wires, please make sure you are using gloves when safely disposing these. Don't want to burn yourself or pinch yourself. It is going to hurt, since there are some people that have gotten hurt for those. And follow the package directions on number of light sets that can be plugged into one socket. Folks, okay. Oh yeah. If the light outage is calling for only one plug to be plugged in, make sure you are using the right amount of light sets that can be plugged into one socket, so you don't blow out your lightage in your house and your neighbors, because your neighbors are going to be very not happy. And anyway, never nail, tack, or stress wiring when hanging lights, and keep plugs off the ground away from puddles and snow, because within the hanging lights do conduct electricity through the wiring, and like it is, water is a conductor. Electricity does flow through water, so please be careful with that. And also, so you can prevent a fire in your house, regardless if you're home, in bed, or out and about, make sure to turn off all lights and decorations when you are in bed or leaving the house. So that way you are not waking up to either smoke in your house or finding the fire department standing outside your house because your house just burned. So, any other decorating advice?
Just follow the directions and, just make sure that, you're storing them for next year at the end of the season properly. You're putting them up properly. And, be careful and be safe out there. And I also do want to go into some advice with baking. So if maybe we can make a stop at a water tower, I think we could do that.
Yep.
So just a public safety announcement. When you are baking, as we are going to stop at the water tower to get some water on our steam train. When you are baking, please use oven mitts when putting the cookies in the oven and taking them out. Please do not grab the oven rack with your bare hand. I did that and ended up with a 2nd-degree burn.
Yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty, folks. A lot of us have all experienced it. And folks, if you have little ones, please make sure the oven door is closed so the little ones do not burn their hands, because we don't want to see those little hands getting red marks on them.
Yeah, I ended up having to go to the hospital, and was there till 4:00 in the morning, finding out I have a 2nd-degree burn, having to get bandaged, and having to have a wrap on my hand for the entire holiday season. Yeah, it was not fun. It blistered, it blew up, and it was bad. So please use oven mitts at all times when putting the cookies in and out of the oven.
And while we're at it, since we just filled up on our water tank, we're moving down the line a little bit more. While staying on the subject relating to baking, here's a nice quick stop at our food station where you go hop off for a quick snack bit. But before you do, here are some things to keep in mind during the holiday season. We're going to be serious here, folks. Food poisoning. It is not a joke. I'm going to say that again. Food poisoning is not a joke. Keep your holidays happy by handling food safely, going off of what Mad Dog was saying about baking. According to the foodsafety.gov website from the United States Department of Health and Human Services, here are some valuable holiday food safety tips. Number 1, wash your hands frequently when handling food. Number 2, keep raw meat away from fresh produce. Number 3, use separate cutting boards, plates, and utensils for uncooked and cooked meats to avoid cross-contamination. Before I continue on, folks, I'm going to be honest here. Like it is, Mama Tiger back home has different color cutting boards. Different ones indicates different ones. Brown is for brown cutting boards if you're going to use coloring cutting boards. Blue is for seafood. Green is for produce. Brown is for your raw and uncooked meat and that. So keep that in mind. Another thing, use a food thermometer to make sure meat is cooked to a safe temperature. If your temperature is not reading the correct safety amount for the meat, leave it in the oven or leave it where it is and cook it a little bit longer because you don't want to eat it. That could possibly cause food poisoning if you eat raw stuff. And again, also, well, we all had a lunch. We all have leftovers. Let's stick it in the refrigerator. Refrigerate hot or cold leftover food within 2 hours of being served. No longer than that, or you will have a problem. And of course, I know we just passed Thanksgiving, but we're going to take a quick trip back down memory lane real quick to talking about Thanksgiving. When storing turkey, cut the leftovers in small pieces so they will chill quickly. And of course, Thanksgiving leftovers are safe for 3 to 4 days when properly refrigerated. If they're not properly refrigerated, you might just end up having to throw it out. And since we are talking about food, let's just keep on moving on down to our next quick little fire station tidbit station for watching out for fire starters. While we're on the subject about Thanksgiving, we're going to talk about a nice little topic that I think we've all seen recently. I think you might have seen videos too, Meg Dog. Turkey fryers. Be alert to the dangers if you are thinking of celebrating the holidays by frying a turkey. Please don't do that. It ain't pretty. It ain't going to work. Why? I don't know. If you don't believe me, go look them up. Go look up videos. There are plenty of them to see. The Consumer Protection Safety Commission reports there have been hundreds of turkey fryer-related fires, burns, or other injuries and millions of dollars of property loss from these incidents. Folks, I'm going to be honest with you. If you're going to really cook a turkey, be smart. Use the oven. Don't fry the turkeys. If you're going to fry a turkey, defrost the turkey. Don't go throwing a frozen turkey into a hot boiling pan, because you're just going to cause a fire. Because frozen turkey, hot water, grease is going to go all over the place. Ain't pretty. Don't do that. It also, according to the NSC.org discourages the use of turkey fryers at home and urges those who prefer fried turkey to seek out professional establishments or consider using an oil-less turkey fryer. If you must fry your own turkey, follow all U.S. Fire Administration's turkey fryer guidelines if you're in the United States, or go check out your country's Fire Administration for details on how to handle a turkey fryer. And while we're at it, let's talk about those lovely holiday scents that we all get from the candles that give off a nice smell like peppermint or minty flavor or that winter season.
Or gingerbread.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Use of candles and fireplaces combined with an increase in the amount of combustible seasonal decorations in many homes during the holiday seasons means more risk for fires. The National Fire Protection Association reports on average candles cause 46% of fires annually in December. That's in the United States. So here are some safety tips. Place candles where they cannot be knocked down or blown over and out of reach of children. So if you have them on the fireplace, folks, I would recommend putting candles on the mantle or put them up high where kids can't reach them. Also, keep matches and lighters up high and out of reach of children in a locked cabinet. If you do not have a locked cabinet, then make sure you put the matches and lighters up high, like on the window shelf where little children can't get them. Even though I haven't seen it, but I have read stories on this next tip. And it goes right back to when I was saying about don't throw the tree out the window. Well, folks, don't take that tree and instead of throwing it out the window, see that fireplace over there? Don't do that either. Don't burn trees, wreaths, or wrapping paper in the fireplace. Also, too, when the fire is burning in the fireplace, do please use the screen that are made for that so it protects everybody. Never leave candles or fireplaces burning unattended or when you're asleep because that's how fires start. And also, too, prior to the first use of the fireplace area, make sure you check and clean the chimney and fireplace area at least once a year. Folks, here's some advice. In terms of checking the chimney and fireplace, if you're inside your house, I would say sweep up in front of the fireplace and check. If you see any damage or signs of cracking or whatever, call a professional to fix it. Do not try to fix it yourself. It ain't going... Yes, we all might think we all got the handyman in the family. It's best to leave it to the professionals. They know how to handle it and in a safe manner. Because you could have a possible problem.
Another point I want to make, just going back to food, please be careful of people's food allergies. The most common allergy that's out there are peanuts, tree nuts, or any kind of nut product.
Yep.
If you don't have to put those kinds of products in your food, please don't do it. But if you absolutely have to and you absolutely must, have an alternative for those who are allergic and cannot eat that kind of food because of the allergic product, the product that's in it that they're allergic to. So just please be mindful of people's food allergies this holiday season, as we all love to make different foods. But again, please be mindful of people's food allergies.
That is true. Thank you, Medic Dog, for citing on that topic. Folks, as we lead the fire station from that fire station tidbit station, we're gonna move on down. And guess what? As we're traveling down the track, I see a red flag being waved, and that means we unfortunately had to stop again. And folks, if you look to your right side of the train, you will see that nice gigantic white mountain. And people skiing. Well, guess what? We're stopping here to pick up some skiers and sledders. So, folks, go enjoy the slope. But here's a few tidbits for to prevent sledding injuries if you're heading out on the sled hills and that during the winter season. If there is snow in your area, make sure all equipment is in good condition and free of sharp edges and cracks. Sled on spacious, gently sloping hills with a level runoff at the end so the sled can safely stop. Check slopes for bare spots, holes, and obstruction, such as fences, rocks, poles, or trees. Do not sled on or around frozen lakes, streams, or ponds, because yes, it may be frozen, but underneath it is a actual current that is still running. Just because the top is frozen does not mean water is actually going to be completely solid. Also, too, while you're on the sled, riders should sit or lay on their back on top of the sled with feet pointing downhill. Never sled down the hill head first. And while you are at it, before you even leave the house, which technically this should have been hopefully you all remember, dress warmly and wear thick gloves or mittens and heavy boots to protect against frostbite and injuries, because you don't know what's going to happen. Also, too, folks, if you can go check out some of the ski slopes and sledding hills areas where it is safe to do so, and while we're at it, since we're talking about ski and snowboarding, let's talk about some skiing. Since we all know we all love to go skiing, for all of us skiers out there. Skiers and snowboarders, not blowers, no matter how experienced, should never ski alone, nor should they ski off the designated trails. In many cases, an injured skier can be saved if someone is there to help. National Safety Council advises all skiers and snowboarders take the time to review proper skills and safety techniques. I'm going to highlight just a few of these. Get in shape for the season and not just the week before a ski trip. A regular exercise routine will help reduce fatigue and injury. Beginners should invest in proper instruction, including learning how to fall and get back up. Experienced skiers should take a refresher course. So basically, both beginners and experienced skiers, please go take the same class. It'll help you both. Always know the weather condition before heading out to the slopes, and time of day can also affect visibility and make obstacles difficult to see. Most of the time, if you are skiing out on the ski hills at an actual establishment, there will be lights that will light up the area at night, or officials will close ski slopes if it's too dangerous. Also, get skiers in front of you the right of way. They most likely won't see you. If you have to stop on the side of a run, not on the middle. Look both ways and uphill before crossing a trail, merging, or starting down a hill. If possible, please, to prevent runaway equipment, use skis with brakes or snowboard with a leash to prevent runaway equipment. And, of course, never ski on closed runs or out of boundary, because these areas are not monitored and may not be known what the conditions are. A rogue skier could even cause an avalanche. So there's some more winter tips for skiing and sledding for all those who are hopping off at our ski slope area. But for all of you who are staying on the journey, we're going to come to the end to our nice little journey. Hopefully you all enjoy. But as we come to the end, before you leave, why don't you go visit with Santa Claus at the toy station where he's giving out candy canes and nice little toy gifts for all to see. Gifts and toys should inspire joy, not cause injuries. Thousands of children are seriously injured in toy-related incidents every year. Avoid safety hazards while gifting these tips from the U.S. Consumer Protection Safety Commission. Toys are age-rated for safety, not the intellect or physical ability, so make sure you choose the toys that are in the right age group for the children. For toys for children under 3, please make sure you pick toys that do not have small parts that could be choking hazards. Under 10, avoid toys that have to be plugged into an electrical outlet. These are just advice, folks. You don't have to actually necessarily follow them. These are just advice. But please, hopefully you take this seriously. Be cautious about toys that have button batteries or magnets, which could be harmful or fatal if swallowed. If you are giving a toy that involves that relate to scooters or other riding toys, make sure you also give them safety gear too. Helmets should be worn at all times, and they should be sized to fit. And also, folks, if you're living in the United States, please check out the United States Consumer Protection Safety Commission website for any holiday toy safety, for more holiday safety tips for toys and recalls. Anything else you want to add?
Just want to add, also, if you want to take a stop at Mrs. Claus's bakery and get some nice hot chocolate and cookies, please do not drink steaming hot chocolate. You will burn your mouth to the point where you cannot feel the roof of your mouth.
Yes, please, 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 folks, please let it cool down. It hurts. It hurts a lot because I have drank hot chocolates and my tongue actually has burned. I had to put milk on it to help cool it down.
Yeah, me too. And I've also done that with steaming hot tea before. And so please let it cool down. And also, please do not eat cookies as they come out of the screaming hot oven. Let them cool down, please.
Yeah. And folks, if you're an adult, please, if you can, go stop by our safety presentation for the winter cleaning of sidewalks and that for removal of snow, because we have some safety tips for you. If you are in an area where usually this time of year it is snowing in like our parts of the world, in our parts of the United States, but for people who have snow in their area, or hopefully you get snow, here are some safety tips for shoveling and blowing snow. If you are shoveling, please do not shovel after eating or while smoking. Don't know why that is a safety tip, but apparently it is. Please don't. If you're smoking, don't shovel. If you just ate, wait a bit before you shovel. Take it slow and stretch before you begin. If it is fluffy snow, as meteorologists call it, take it slow. Shovel only fresh powdery snow. It's lighter. Push the snow rather than lifting it. If you do lift it, use a small shovel or partially fill the shovel. If you gotta lift with your legs, not your back. Please, please, please. We don't need medical problems and if you're a young individual, please help your elderly neighbors or elderly members of your family, because you're a lot younger and you might just get something special out of it, like money, or in this case, when I was shoveling for a few neighbors, I got baked goods instead because I didn't want money. I just took the baked goods because my neighbor decided to bake me a nice loaf of blueberry bread, which let me tell you, it was good. Also, too, do not work to the point of exhaustion. If you feel like you're going to get tired, stop immediately and head inside. Also, too, please know the signs of a heart attack. If you feel like you are having any signs of a heart attack, stop immediately and call 911 or get somebody to call 911 if you're experiencing any of them. Every single minute that counts. And, of course, I'm going to be honest, if you do have heart disease or you cannot shovel because of the doctor's orders, please do not pick up the shovel without a doctor's permission. If your doctor has not cleared you to do so, please do not do that. And also, too, a clear driveway is not worth your life. So if you don't want to go, if you're snowing, see if a neighbor can help you out. Otherwise, if it's something that can wait, it can wait. Don't seem to do it.
I actually have to say, a lot of when I was in fifth grade, we had that huge blizzard, and a lot of deaths happened from shoveling snow. It was due to heart attacks. So just please be careful if you are shoveling snow. If you have to, try and snow blow it. But if you can't, just have someone help you. Or if it can wait, it can wait.
And going off of what Maradog just mentioned about snowblowers, here are some safety tips in terms of snow blowing. If you don't like shoveling, here's some advice for you who likes to snow blow. If the blower jams, turn it off before cleaning it out. Keep your hands away from moving parts. Also, too, please be aware of carbon monoxide risk of running a snowblower in an enclosed space. Folks, if you got to run the snowblower, take it outside before turning it on, if you can. Otherwise, make sure the door is open before you turn it on, because that way you get some airflow through. Add fuel outdoors before starting. Never add fuel when it's running or inside. And also, never leave it unattended when it is running. And folks, that will conclude it for this nice safety holiday trip. Hopefully you all enjoyed this nice holiday travel safety tip train ride. If you do, hopefully you come back again. If you're listening to this, then it is December. It is going to be Friday, December 15th at the time of this recording. So hopefully y'all had a good week. And we will see you all in season 3.